Now, Donie O'Sullivan is out front on Capitol Hill to begin our coverage tonight. And Donie, Facebook just coming back online after a very troubling day for the company. I mean, 6 hours out was stunning on its own, never mind against the backdrop of this incredible moment.
That's right, Erin. And you talk about power. Today was a reminder of Facebook's power. That platform, that company controlling 3 of the world's biggest social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. We're learning now that the services are slowly coming back online. This was very unusual, by the way. Facebook was out for almost 6 hours today, which basically never happens. Why that all happened, we don't know yet. It sounds like the company is still trying to figure that out. But as one headache ends today for Facebook, a new one begins tomorrow here behind me in Capitol Hill, when a whistleblower will testify about all of the company's ills, about their corrosive impact on democracy. And a key component of this whistleblower's allegations is about the negative effects that Instagram and Facebook can have on teenagers' mental health. Have a listen.
Imagine you know what's going on inside of Facebook and you know no one on the outside knows.
Meet Frances Haugen, a 37-year-old data scientist from Iowa. She left Facebook in May after working on the company's civic integrity team through last year's election. That team charged with helping to protect the democratic process and reducing the spread of viral misinformation and fake accounts.
They told us, we're dissolving civic integrity. Like, they basically said, oh, good, we made it through the election. There wasn't riots. We can get rid of civic integrity now. Fast forward a couple months, we got the insurrection. And when they got rid of civic integrity, it was the moment where I was like, I don't trust that they're willing to actually invest what needs to be invested to keep Facebook from being dangerous.
A Facebook executive responded on Twitter Sunday night saying they didn't shut down the civic integrity team. Instead, he said they folded it into a wider team. Haugen walked out of Facebook with thousands of company documents, including the company's own research, like this, a presentation about the dangers of Instagram for teenagers. We make body issues worse for 1 in 3 girls, reads one slide. Teens who struggle with mental health say Instagram make it worse, reads another.
And what's super tragic is Facebook's own research says, as these young women begin to consume this eating disorder content, they get more and more depressed, and it actually makes them use the app more. And so they end up in this feedback cycle where they hate their bodies more and more. Facebook's own research says it is not just that Instagram is dangerous for teenagers, that it harms teenagers. It's that it is distinctly worse than other forms of social media.
Eternally starved. I have to be thin, skin and bone. All Instagram pages, the platform's algorithm suggested an account registered to a 13-year-old girl should follow.
What we did was to create a 13-year-old who expressed interest in weight loss and dieting. And within a day, she was flooded with recommendations for accounts concerning eating disorders and personal injury.
Instagram said eternally starved, I have to be thin, skin and bone. The accounts it had promoted through its algorithm broke the company's rules encouraging eating disorders, but they only removed the accounts after being contacted by CNN.
This experience shows very graphically how these claims to protect children or take down accounts that may be dangerous to them are absolute hogwash. In fact, it was not taken down until CNN brought it to their attention.
A spokesperson for Instagram's parent company Facebook said it uses technology and reports from users to remove content that violates its rules on eating disorders as quickly as it can, adding they are always working to improve. And viewers affected by issues mentioned in that report can contact the National Eating Disorder Association helpline on 1800-931-2237. But just finally, Erin, just to underline what you saw in that report there, the Senator's office set up an Instagram account designed to look like it was a 13-year-old girl, and Instagram began pushing pro-eating disorder accounts to this 13-year-old after the account searched and followed a few accounts that were talking about anorexia and were glorifying eating disorders. But Instagram was feeding into that. Erin?
All right, Doni, thank you very much. It's so disturbing. I want to go now to Andrew Bukai. He is a lawyer representing Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen, and he works with the legal nonprofit Whistleblower Aid. Look, I appreciate your time, and there's so much to talk about here. First of all, can I just ask you, given what happened, now your client's speaking out, we know her name, she's going to testify. Have you or your client heard directly from Facebook since she revealed her identity?
To my knowledge, we have not heard directly from Facebook. Not yet.
Wow. So I want to read part of a statement from Facebook in response to Haugen's claims, because I guess that's all we have since they haven't reached out to you. They say, CBS 60 Minutes ran a segment that used select company materials to tell a misleading story about the research we do to improve our products. The segment also disregards the significant investments we make to keep people safe on our platform. We continue to make significant improvements to tackle the spread of misinformation and harmful content. To suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true. So when you hear that, Andrew, are you confident, is your client confident that she knows everything that Facebook is doing to keep the platform safe and that she hasn't missed anything significant?
I think we're very confident. The truth of the matter is their own internal documents establish that they could have done more. I think a key important element of Frances's courage in making these disclosures to the SEC and to Congress is that Facebook not only has done the research to identify the problems that it fosters here at home as well as abroad, that they know the mechanisms in which they can, the tools in which that they can take to effect positive change, to mitigate against hate, against viral misinformation. Because one thing that I just want to point out is that Facebook is a vehicle by which misinformation spreads globally. It has impacted children here in the United States, and it has impacted even individuals as far as in Myanmar, where there was a genocide that was influenced by Facebook.
So one specific Facebook claim that they take issue with is the one about the Instagram impact on teen girls. You refer to children, and I know you just heard, obviously, the report that talks about that. And the company says it's not accurate that leaked internal research demonstrates Instagram is toxic for teen girls. The research actually demonstrated that many teens we heard from feel that using Instagram helps them when they are struggling with the kind of hard moments and issues teenagers have always faced. This research found teens report having both positive and negative experiences with social media. How do you respond to that? I mean, I guess the broader point here is that they're not saying there is no bad. They are saying, though, that there can be great good.
Well, my response would be that it is my understanding that they were looking to create an Instagram for teens. And after my client had made her disclosures and after it became public, that they put a pause on that effort. So they presumably know that they have a problem. We all now know that what they know and when they knew it. And now it's up to Congress and to regulators to determine how best to help Facebook fix itself and go back to its roots.
So, Andrew, I want to ask you, because I know the prepared testimony has come out tomorrow, and obviously she's going to face a lot of questions, but Ms. Haugen will say she knows Facebook can, quote, destroy her. That's the word she used, that she came forward at great personal risk. Obviously, you know, these are very significant things to say. Is she concerned about her physical safety? Has she been threatened?
I would say this. We have one individual making a world of a difference because she had the courage to come forward and disclose what she believed to be wrong to federal government regulators. And it's her against a $1 trillion company. So to say that, you know, she's intimidated perhaps a little bit by a $1 trillion company is not an understatement.
All right. Well, Andrew, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.